Everyone, in this session we will discuss about the introduction of or the overview of radial basis functional network. Okay, so we shortly call it as RBFN or sometimes we call it as RBF network. Okay, first of all, what is RBF? So a radial basis functional network is nothing but it's a particular type of neural network. Okay, generally when we discuss about neural network or artificial neural network, we mean that we are discussing about multi-layered perceptron only. Okay, you know, in a multi-layered perceptron what we do? In a multi-layered perceptron we will have set of input units, right? So we will have input unit, we will have output unit, and in between these two we will have hidden unit. Okay, so here what we are doing? So every input neuron, what it will do, every input neuron, it will have its synaptic weight, okay, and thereby we will calculate the summation unit, okay, to the next layer, that is hidden layer. From hidden layer again it will perform, it will go in the forward direction. So finally we will get the weight summation or summation weight, okay, we will get, right? So this is the way what we do in multi-layered perceptron. Here what the author is telling is RBFN approach, radial basis functional approach, is more initiative than the multi-layered perceptron. That's what the author is telling. So here what the author is specifying is RBFN is nothing but it is an artificial neural network which uses RBF, radial basis function, as an activation function. Okay. Here one more thing is the output of the network is a linear combination of RBF, radial basis functional input, and neuron parameters. Okay, and this RBFN, radial basis functional network, it has many functions. Okay, like it performs many functions like functional approximation, time series prediction, classification, etc. Okay, so what is one more thing is the radial basis function is a real valued function psi, okay, whose value depends only on the distance between the input and some fixed point. So that we say that psi of x equal to psi of x equal to psi of mod x. Okay, any function which satisfies this property, psi of x equal to psi of mod x. So any function which satisfies this property is a radial function. Okay, so when they are expanded into the hidden space, those functions are simply called as radial basis function. Okay, that's what the author is telling. So now we will see the architecture. We will see the network architecture of RBFN, radial basis functional network. Okay, so the following, so whatever the architecture you are shown, this is the architecture of RBFN. So here this architecture consists of an input vector and a layer of RBF neurons and an output layer. Okay, and the output layer is specifying one node per category, or it is specifying some class of data, right? So now we will see input vector. So here we are going to classify input vector. Regarding the input vector we are discussing. Here we are going to classify n-dimensional input vector. Okay, here we are going to classify n-dimensional input vector, and the entire input vector is shown to each of RBFN neurons. So whatever the RBF neurons were there, they are able to see the entire input vector. Okay, that's what the author is telling. Coming to the second layer, the second layer is RBF neurons. Okay, so here, so if you see, mu is the prototype to compare. Okay, so different inputs were there. This input belongs to which prototype? Here internally there is a prototype. See, each RBF neuron stores a prototype vector from the training set. So internally every RBF neuron, internally it stores a prototype vector. Okay, when this input vector is shown, so these RBF neurons, they are able to see the entire input vector. Okay, so thereby they will compare which input vector suits it. Okay, so each RBF neuron compares the input vector to its prototype. Okay, because every RBF neuron consists of one prototype internally, no. So this RBF neuron compares the input vector to its prototype and outputs a value between 0 and 1, which is a measure of similarity. Okay, it produces an output like 0 to 1. Okay, so not 0 to 1, it produces an output between 0 and 1, either 0 or 1, which is a measure of similarity. If the input is equal to the prototype, if this input vector is similar to the or equal to the prototype, then the output of that RBF neuron will be 1. Otherwise, it will be 0. Okay, right? So the shape of the RBF neuron response is a bell curve. It is shown. So the shape is a bell curve. It is clearly shown. Okay, the neuron's response value is also called its activation value. Okay, it is also called as its activation value. Okay, and coming to the output nodes. So the output of the network, the output of the network consists of set of nodes. Okay, one per category that we are trying to classify. See here in the output node, it is showing weighted sum. Okay, so based upon that, it is going to calculate based upon the weighted sum. It is going to calculate the category to which it belongs to. Okay, so here each output node computes some score. Okay, typically a classification decision is made by assigning the input to the category with the highest score. Okay, right? So because each output node is computing the score for different category, every output node has its own set of weights. Okay, the output node will give a positive weight to the RBF neurons that belong to its category, and which does not belongs, no, it will give a negative weight. Okay, hope you have understood, right? Okay, this is all about the RBFN network. So here it's very clear that we have the input vector and we have RBF neurons. Okay, we have the output unit. So the input vector, it is nothing but the input vector is nothing but the thing which we are going to classify. Okay, so the entire input is shown to the RBF neurons. Here the RBF neurons are nothing but they are in bell curve. Okay, so what they will do is they will so the RBF neuron compares the input vector to its prototype and outputs a value either 0 and 1. Okay, so if they think that the input is equal to the prototype, if the input matches to their prototype, then the output will be 1. Otherwise, no, it will be 0. Okay, so that's what the author is telling. Coming to the output unit, no, in the output unit, it is nothing but the summation unit. Here what we are going to do is, here we are going to categorize based upon the score. So here the value will be, most probably the value will be, will have positive weight only. Okay, positive weight will be, suppose if we have positive weight to the RBF neuron, means it belongs to the RBF neurons. Otherwise, no, we will get the negative weight, right? So this is the introduction or overview of RBFN, right? Hope you have understood. Thank you.